Hey guys, that's Sean with the episode. I'm out on location right now, and I'm with a Canadian music icon, Stephen Page, who is here in Sudbury talking a little bit about mental health and your story behind it and advocating programs and access to care that people need. Just caught your talk. First thing I want to say is thank you very much for being so candid and really opening up about your personal experiences with it. I noticed one thing, it was funny. You threw a lot of humor into it. Where do you find that humor in what can be considered a tragic thing?
Well, yeah, I think that's when you're right inside of it, it's hard to find a lot of humor, except for really black humor, really dark stuff. But you just spend some time away from it, and you realize that, I fell on my face, but the triumph, the success is the getting back up and brushing yourself off and moving forward, and then you can have a little bit of lightness. You have to have some lightness in there.
When you did fall down, and we're talking about your arrest a few years back, coming from that arrest, it's an embarrassing moment in your life. It's something that you talk about with candidness, saying you were ashamed. When you were in that moment, did you see yourself pulling yourself out of it?
When I was sitting in the jail cell, no. At that point, I was like, that's it. Actually, you know what? The whole way through this, I kept thinking, I'm gonna get this. I'll figure out a way to get out of this. Figure out a way. Like there's some survival instinct. Because I'll figure out a way. I'm gonna figure out a way to get. I think I'll
bargain out of this.
Yeah, I don't know what I thought. I'm in handcuffs. I'm gonna get my way out of here. Like,
if only I had a paperclip.
Yeah, that's right, and some Vaseline. I don't know. I don't know why it was something like there was that inner voice telling me. It was a stupid inner voice and wrong. I did actually get. I mean, we did have the charges dropped, which was hallelujah. It was pretty awesome that happened. But the reason that happened was because we worked our asses off. My now wife and I. We made sure that we were very committed to getting better and taking care of ourselves, but also. My lawyer had said to me when we were going to the court to have the charges dismissed, he said, just think, anytime that you think, when you're really down on yourself and you think that you're angry, you got yourself into this mess, remember that you got yourself out of this.
Right. So now you're back into a good place. You said being even is where you want to be. You could be very high, or you could be very low. Yep. And in those two extremes, you're not being the productive person you want to be. Being even and being able to talk and have these evenings with Stephen Page where you get to be candid and open with people who are experiencing these types of things, what does that give you? Where do you take away from it?
Oh, a sense of community is a big part of it. And plus, I talk to myself for an hour.
Right.
Who doesn't like that?
The ego gets a boost.
Yeah. Except the thing is, I'm talking about myself like I'm kind of messed up. Yeah. All right. But no, you know what? I do enjoy it because I enjoy challenging people. I think people who live with mental illness don't often have that same sense of community of other people to talk to complain about stuff. To talk about what works for them, and to share their experience. Like usually when I do an event like this, people will come up afterwards and people will really want to be able to tell me their story. And that's awesome that they actually that trust in a short period of time, that trust has been formed. That they actually feel like we do have that kind of bond.
You open a dialogue. You open a huge comfort, and
that's my favorite part of those things too, is the question and answer, because I'd rather have a dialogue with people.
And I found with the question and answer, so many people were being candid and opening up about themselves. Even myself. I mean, when you were talking, mental health issues is something that my family has gone through. I myself have gone through, and stuff where knowing that you're not really the only person in the room, because you feel like the only person in the room.
Yep.
And then when you have somebody who, again, using your celebrity in that context to say, I'm not just this guy you've seen in the music videos. I actually deal with the same things you're dealing with.
Right.
That's a massive thing.
Well, it's one of the. I've always liked to have that sense of community, no matter where I am, and what I'm part of. Whether it's my neighborhood when my kids were little, or it's it's a music community, or it's your place of worship or whatever else. I like that feeling of being in it together, and to be a little romantic about it. I mean, you've got your butcher and your baker and your singer or whatever else in the village,
and it's Disney music in the morning.
People in your neighborhood,
mockingbirds flying down.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get it.
But it's not really. I mean, it's not. I do lead a weird life. I travel all the time. I play up on stage with all these people looking at me and the lights and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I mean, still, Actually, I don't put my pants on one leg at a time. I usually put them on both legs at the same
I
time.
tried it a little while ago. We had like the clothes hangers, and it resulted in a twisted ankle for me. So.
Yeah, I've been able to perfect it.
Well played.
Yeah.
Not only is he a singer and advocate for mental illness, but he actually the only guy I know who could put his pants on both legs at a time.
Yeah, that's why we do it.
Way to go. Really nice meeting you, Stephen. Thank
Thanks
you
a
very
lot.
much. And best of luck with everything you're doing. I
Thank
really
you.
do applaud you.
Thanks for having me on.
Fantastic. Guys, it is Sean with the episode, and this is Stephen Page, and thank you for tuning in.